is Super Scribble. Hi guys, this is Super Scribbles, and welcome to the Place Value Playground. I've worked really hard on this presentation, so I hope you like it. So this is the Place Value Playground, and today I'm going to talk to you about decimals. So I'm going to start with one of the most important, values of the decimal, which this first one, as soon as I can put these back where they belong, is place. Now, it depends on where the number is. So place represents where the number is. So if I was to take the number 1, so if I asked you a question, where is the 1 in the number? Well, if I was to ask you, where is the number 1 in the number 12, then you would say 10th place, right? So it's the same with decimals. If you're going behind, then the first number that you would say would be, the first place that you would say behind the decimal would be tenths, or tenths. You can use the splash zone, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But ones, I hope you know, does not have a slash. So tenths, hundredths, and thousandths all have a attached to them. There is not the same thing for ones. There's not a one. There's none of that. So let's go over to the next slide and let's talk about how the decimal works. So I'm going to use a jar, for example. And let's say I had one jar, which is one whole, okay? And let's say I threw that jar at the floor and smashed it and broke it into 10 pieces. Then, if I picked up one of those 10 pieces, it would be 1/10, which I will show you how to write right here. I used to have 1, but now I converted it, because I smashed it, into 1/10. Sorry. Let's go on to the next slide. Let's talk about the splash zone, which is everything behind the decimal. As I've said, everything behind the decimal has a connected to it. Instead of saying ones, tens, or hundreds, you would say tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. So that is how we're using the splash zone. You can use the splash zone whenever you want. Whenever you want. As long as you don't use it in someone's face. So now, I'm going to show you money is just like decimals. Now, this half dollar is 50 cents, or 5/10. So he is greater than the nickel, which is only 5 cents, or 5/10, or 5 or 500. Now you might be thinking, how could you have 10 and 100 and have this one bigger? Well, hundreds is just smaller pieces than tenths, just like fractions. So if you had one pizza, let's say, and you cut it into 10 pieces, I'm not going to do all of them, but I'll do 6 of them, then the pieces would be bigger if you cut it than if you cut it into 100 pieces. So I'm going to go on to the game. So now what we're going to do is all of these numbers, what's going to happen is Well, what I'm going to do, whoa, sorry about that, is each of these numbers is going to go in one of the spots. So I'm going to show you the numbers beforehand in the wrong places, like the decimal, ones, tens. You get the idea. So what's going to happen is if it's wrong, then it will fly back to its, like, if it is wrong, then it will fly back to its place. But if it is right, like the decimal, it will spin. So I'm going to give you a second to get a paper and a pencil and write down which word goes in what place. So I'm going to give you just a moment while I fix up some of these slides. Okay, I've given you a little bit of time. Let's check them out. So 1,000, if you put it here, is correct. Hundreds, if you couldn't see it, if you put it here, is correct. Not this one. If you put this one, if you put 100 here, then it is wrong. If you put ones here, you are correct. If you put tens here, you're correct. If you put hundreds here, you're correct. And if you put tens here, if you put tens here, you are correct. So that is the end of this is the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. This is the first video I've ever done on Super Scribbles website. So I hope you like it. Bye.